What up? Okay, I'm back with another video, and this video I'm gonna be talking about some deep revelation, and here's like what I'm gonna be saying, like with everything that's going on, man, in life, man, and everything corresponding to the world, everything else, and what we living in, we're living inside the matrix, that's what we're living in, everything is a simulation, and that's what I wanted to say. Basically, the simulation we going at is God's simulation of, you know, the world, the world simulation, the earth, the planets, the everything connected together, the inside the matrix, is a simulation. And you gotta understand, this is something deep. I'll be talking about is basically imagine your mind being erased. That's what our mindset are right now. We have an erased mind. And when you get into the spirit world, your memory gets back. That's the type of change I'm talking about. Is there's a lot of change that comes into the spirit world and formation of it, because the spirit world has its formations, different formations of it and transformations, and now when you get into the spirit world, the spirit is a transformation from this earth. This earth is a realm. It's only one realm. It's like texture packs, like in Minecraft or whatever, or whatever. I'm trying to find a way to describe it, but basically, it's a different realm, the spirit realm. It's called the spirit world. The spirit world, the spirit realm. It's where spirits dwell, and there's different stuff. It's the soul realm. The soul realm, where your afterward, the afterword is the afterlife, and it has different ways you can call it, but the afterlife, the afterworld, and it's deep revelation. It's deep revelation because we all gonna go to the afterworld. We're not gonna live on Earth forever. Like that. That's just some true shit. I'm not gonna be living on this earth for eternity. Like, the hell out of here. Everybody die. Everybody has a point in time to where they get X'd out, and you gotta be really watchful in your life too. And you gotta be watchful of the devil and shit, whatever, how much you can, you gotta try to, build your life up for God and build a platform up for God in your life. And you gotta transform yourself into the Holy Ghost. And to form the Holy Ghost, and that's what we trying to live like. Basically, we trying to live in the image of God. So that's what I was trying to say. And obviously, like I said, your mind being erased. In the Matrix, your mind's erased, but the spirit world's the whole thing. It's a whole nother step, a level, and you going back to just being, you know, everything whole, everything, complete. And that's what I was thinking about the spirit world and everything too. And, you know, outside the matrix, basically. So, obviously, even then, that might be inside the matrix, obviously, but there's the transformation I'm talking about is like the black dot in total whiteness effect. You start as a black dot in total whiteness, and then you become in human form after you die as a black dot in total whiteness, and you poof and transform into human form. Like the transformation of that is kind of crazy. So it's just some things to think about, to be honest. Like, this world is really crazy. Obviously, living a part of this world is crazy, and you got to just find your way to maneuver through it all and protect yourself and live your life for God through it all. So whatever you can do for God, you have to have open doors to do stuff for God. Like, you can't just do stuff for God without God opening doors, or there being some type of open doors in your life. You can't do shit. You basically pinned down to the ground. Like, you can't do shit. And I'm gonna be talking about some other stuff too, like that. And obviously, we gotta find ways, as followers of God, to keep moving, to keep pushing and grinding, and that's just the way it is. Even through it all. Even through all the devil attacks, Satan attacking your life, we gotta push and grind, push out God, push out the mental of God, push out all this stuff, still, and keep fighting for the kingdom of heaven, because we're all fighting for the kingdom of heaven. We're all fighting for our blessings, on this earth. Even on this earth, it's called survival of the fittest. You fighting to survive. You fighting for that woman. You fighting for that whatever you trying to fight for, because you gotta understand, that's like a dude playing for a football team in the NFL, or fighting like to go to college, a sports team, and then go to the NFL. He fighting for his life. It's bigger than that, because he's fighting for some riches. Like if you trying to make it to the NFL or the NBA, you fighting for some riches. You fighting to get that woman, because more open doors are gonna be there for you than if you were just gonna be some other dude that never could make it to the NFL, because you might not have as much open doors to get that woman, or to get, you fighting. It's a survival of the fittest. That's what this life is. And that's what I was trying to say, basically in that, some people, they're able to make it through it. Some people chosen to make it through it. Some people not, and same thing with following God. Following God is different. It's a different way of survival, but it's survival. Following God ain't nothing but survival, about surviving against the devil. How much can you deal with the devil? How much of the devil can you deal with? And will you break? Will you fold? Will you give up? Or will you keep going and fighting for God, and for the afterlife, and for the afterworld? You got to fight for the blessings of the afterworld, because when you die, you gonna face the afterworld, and all this earthly stuff ain't gonna matter with shit, man. Everything on this earth, man, that's what I'm saying, man. This earth ain't gonna matter, man, in the afterworld. This earth ain't gonna be shit compared to the afterworld too. Cause some things could change. Like, you gotta understand, the afterworld is gonna be a change. When you die, you transforming into a change. So you gotta prepare for, getting your shit for the afterworld, and that's what following God is. It's all about the kingdom of heaven. Following God is all about gaining the kingdom of heaven, and gaining all those blessings from the kingdom of heaven. And obviously, you deserve it. If you're a follower of God, a true follower of God, you deserve it. You deserve the kingdom of heaven. You deserve realms of your own. You deserve different amenities, like different realms for you to own, and different places for you to have your own spirit worlds, and everything in the spirit world. Or, you can own territories. Like, to be honest, man, when you're into the spirit world, you can own different territories in the spirit world. Just like angels can own different territories, demons can own different territories. Obviously, different territories of the spirit world, is owned, by different, spirits. Spirits own different spirit worlds in the spirit world. You know, it's it's really, fascinating to think of shit like this, because you get to open up your eyesight and, think more, into the world, and how we operate and live, and what we're living for. But obviously, like I said, man, you're gonna go back to the spirit world. Like, everything, just think about this. Everything's already been created. It's just us fulfilling prophecy of everything that God created already. God created everything already. I was created before I was even born. Before I was even born, before the creation of the earth formed, I was already created. We all were created already. Everyone and everything to ever be happen was already created before the formation of the earth, before the formation of the world. Because you gotta understand. And that's that's some deep stuff, because just thinking about it, it's deep. It really is. You created before the formation of anything. Before the matrix formed, we were formed. And we're going to go outside the matrix in the end, or we're going to stay and burn in hell. And I'm not going to be the one to burn in hell. I'm not going to be the one to be in the lake of fire. I choose to follow God and worship God, and this is worshiping God. You gotta have this knowledge in you. You gotta believe this stuff, because that's what worshiping God is. You believing in the spirit world is you worshiping God. Because you gotta understand. You following God is you believing in this stuff. You have to believe in this stuff in order to follow God. If you're a true follower of God, you believe in this stuff. You know what I'm talking about. It's deep stuff, and this is serious revelation from God. Like, this is serious truth. And, everybody need amenities in life, man. You need food, you need water. That's an example, we need amenities in life, and to put people in situations like followers of God to where they're not able to gain the survival of the fittest on this earth is ridiculous. But we still got the afterworld. Don't get me wrong. The afterworld is great with what we are achieving, but on this earth, man, it's a struggle, man. To be honest, man, right now on this earth, it's a struggle, and following God has always been struggles, with every follower of God that ever walked this earth. They struggled, Jesus even struggled too. Like, he was even killed. That's a struggle right there, to get murdered because you following God, to get people hating on you and trying to make you struggle. Like, that's just what comes with following God. Struggling is what comes with following God, because that's just the way God formed it as. It's sad, but it's the truth. And there's a bigger reason for everything. There's a bigger reason than you can think of. That's what you gotta understand. There may not be a reason for it, but that's what I'm saying. It's outside matrix effect. It doesn't have to make sense, because it's the outside of matrix effect. And everything's supposed to connect, as as one whole thing, whatever, and you can't even think of the one whole thing, but that's the point of it. There's some type of things you're never going to understand, but that's what I'm saying. The outside matrix effect. And what we got to do as soldiers of Christ, as soldiers of God, is go through the struggles. As much as it sucks, man, we gotta just go through. We gotta go through this destiny. We gotta go through this destiny shit. This destiny shit sucks, but we want our destiny to be better in the afterworld. We don't want our destiny to be good on this earth, but then the afterworld isn't good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have a good destiny on this earth, and maybe your destiny, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe you might go to hell in the end. It depends, but that's what I'm saying. You want to have a good destiny both ways around. You want to be blessed on earth. You don't want to just have a crappy earth and then get afterlife. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. You want to be blessed on earth too. We human. We belong in the kingdom of heaven. Like, as followers of Christ, as real followers of God, we as real followers of Christ, we want to go home. That's our mentality is. We want to go home. We don't want to stay in this world. This world ain't home. How is this world home? How can this world be home? This world ain't no home. This world is a curse. Going through all these struggles is a curse. That's the example. Going through all these struggles, that's the curse. We're not able to get with our woman, with be in a 100% love and intimacy. Which you would need a woman for that if you're a man, and if you're a woman, you're gonna need a man of God. So you know, obviously, if I can't get a woman of God, it's a curse because I can't get my full intimacy from God. You know, I can only get full intimacy from God from a woman. God can't be intimate with me unless I get a woman to do it, as a form of God. Because you want to have that love and intimacy in life. You really do. You want that intimacy, but you know obviously, me personally, man, it gets to a point, man. I don't even want that shit, man. I gotta be honest, man. It gets to a point I just want to just like leave the matrix, and that's the type of nigga I am. Like, I'm bold. I go through everything like that. I just want to leave the matrix and say fuck everything, man. That's the type of nigga I am. I'm a soldier. I can't help it. I was formed by God to be a soldier like that. I'm not gonna play. I'm real hardcore when it comes to this shit. I'm not gonna be a little punk. I'm hardcore. I'm tough. I'm strong. I'm not a little bitch. I'm not a little wussy. Shit, you gotta be out your mind. Casey Frank Margarita ain't no wussy. Oh man, but basically, like I said, the world is basically, we living in the matrix. We living in this curse of the matrix. This curse of God. This is a curse. God basically creating the earth and creating the world. God created a curse. He created a curse. He created death. Death is a curse. Death belongs in hell, in eternal torment. Life belongs in the kingdom of heaven. Belongs basically, I would say, outside the matrix or whatever. In eternal life, eternal light, eternal paradise. Obviously paradise is obviously, you can't even think of how amazing heaven's gonna be. Like, heaven is outside the matrix type of effect. It's too good to be true. But that's like, if we get to go there, and for followers of God, I would think, we would be able to get to go there and, have her, outside the matrix effect, and basically be formed, fully in as soldiers of God, and, you know, you know, and fight for that shit, fight for our life, fight for our kingdom, fight to own the kingdom and gain all the blessings we deserve. That's what life is about. It's about fighting for blessings. Like I said about the whole, you know, sports talk I just said, about, you fighting, to get your money, get your riches, or if you're trying to be a rapper, or you trying to do this, you trying to do that, or you trying to get a good job, you gotta fight for that shit. It's survival of the fittest out here, and or you trying to, own your, you're not gonna get everything for free. Like, the system is already broken, the system's already corrupted. Some people are born into poverty. People are born to where they are born to struggle their whole life, and it's sad, but that's the way it is. Some things, you can't do dishes without water and soap. You can't. You need water and soap to do dishes. They can't expect you to do dishes without water and soap, and that's just an example, that I was saying, that I created myself with that example. But basically, you can't do without, the utensils. You can't do without the utensils, and that's what I'm saying. You need utensils to work and do stuff. Like, and a lot of people, they just born in situations to where they're not able to, get into their purpose, or they struggle because they're not able to, get into their purpose, and because of all the earth issues and the word issues. Obviously, as followers of God, we all have purposes. We all have a purpose, and we got to get into it. We can't let this world destroy us to where we can't get into our purpose. and we gotta fight for it. We gotta fight. Like if you trying to become a rapper, or you trying to you gotta do what it takes to become, or if you're following God, you gotta do what it takes to push out God in what you do. Like let's say I want to rap for God, I'm gonna have to find a way to platform me being a rapper for God, and it's a struggle. Like it sucks. It's as much as it sucks, following God. If I'm trying to be a rapper, it's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy because you trying to push out God in it, and that's already a struggle. Pushing out God is already a struggle because the devil locked everything down to where God can control everything, to where a follower of God cannot be in control. That's what we see on this earth, is that us followers of God, we broke, we in poverty, we not, and that's what I'm saying. We not in a situation to where we could have a living and be rich and be billionaires. As followers of God, we deserve to be billionaires. We deserve to be trillionaires, man, quadrillionaires. we deserve that. We deserve to be kings on this earth. And that's what we were created to do. That's our purpose, is we were created to be kings on this earth. But, what's our destiny lies? Where does our destiny lie? Maybe our purpose may be that, but our destiny may be different, And obviously this earth kind of, takes away from you being a king, because, this earth is going to, come on, man. If you want to be a king, man, someone going to laugh at you to your face, man. You going to say, oh, I want to be a king. Come on, nigga, you gonna get laughed at you. They gonna think you're crazy because you want to be a king. That's just like something that this world is not gonna allow. The world gotta allow you to be a king. You can't just wake up and be a king. The world gotta let you be a king. The world gotta sanctify you as that. And obviously, this world worships Satan because you don't see no king of God out there. You don't see no king of God with obviously there's obviously I'm a king of God. There obviously be followers of God. We kings of God, but we got to get into that, into being a king. We got to understand that we kings, and that's what we got to do in order to get into our purposes. We got to understand our purposes. Like in order for me to be a rapper for God, I got to understand that I'm a rapper for God, that God created me to be a rapper. God created me to be a king. I can't just, I can't just gloat in the devil and, or be insecure, be a punk, I can't do that, and that's what I'm saying, and also I was going to say, I was thinking about doing, things like projects for me, for God, like whatever I want to do, like, obviously I want to make movies, I want to rap, I want to sing, I want to, make footages, whatever there is to do. You got to have availability to do those things, and you got to be around people who's going to push out the grind of God. And that's what I love about me, is I already have people that around me. I already have people. It's just about us forming it together, and forming the movement together. And that's what it is. I already have all those things in place. It's just the money situation that's going to bite us in the ass, because if I was a billionaire, man, we would be already all together already. We'd be living in the same neighborhood in mansions together. Come on, man. We'll be able to fulfill our dreams, fulfill everything for God, because we have the money to do it. We have the money to work with each other and to put in work and to start that company. In order to start a business, you need money to start a business. You need money to get money, That's just the truth about it. You need money to get money. And it really is a grind, man. It really is a grind, because the system is a trap, man. You may not be able to get that sexy banging chick because of what the world thinks, because of what the world believes, or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you could, depends. Depends how the world operates, and it's all a connection, and you got to understand and master that. You got to master how the world operates, and that's just the way it is. That's just the truth behind it too. There's been a really good message, really good, truthful message and topic, opening up, my soul and everything, And I'm not gonna lie, I love myself, I love who I be. I have goals too, and I have priorities to be this king for God. And that's my purpose. Is I know I'm supposed to be a king. I know I am a king. I am a king. It's just there's not the setup. That you need the setup to be a king. You need the utensils. You can't, like I said, you can't do the dishes without soap and water. You can't work without the utensils. And I can't be a king without the utensils it takes to be a king, for God. I can't rap for God or I can't make movies for God without what it takes to do all those things. And obviously, it's good if you already have groups and friends of God. You already have your movement together. You already have your crew. You need a crew to make movies. You need a crew to make music. You need a crew to do this. You need a crew to do that. If you really want to start up and make it big and gain riches, you got to have a crew. You got to have the support team, and that's what I'm thankful to have, is the support team and niggas who's ready to just ride or die for God, man. And obviously the money situation, like I said, is the only thing that stops that, but it's gonna get there. One day, it shouldn't take that long to gain riches and everything. It shouldn't take that long, but unfortunately the world is the way it is, and unfortunately motherfuckers have to be broke because of it. And it's sad that followers of God, they gotta be broke, man. It's sad that we can't just be born into it all. But this is the fight, this is the war we going through. We going through war on this earth. This is war on this earth, man. This shit is basically war. And we're fighting, we're fighting against principalities, powers of the air. We're fighting against demonic spirits. We're fighting against the devil and how he controls and run things to keep us broke, to keep us disgusted, because we're not supposed to be broke and disgusted. We're not supposed to be in poverty. We're not supposed to be struggling. That's not what we're supposed to be doing, And this has been a deep revelation, a topic, and this is what I wanted to say and everything I wanted to say. So it sucks to end it like this, though, but I'm gonna come back with some other messages too. And yeah, much love to everybody, man. Much love to everybody following God, who's supporting the truth, is supporting the grind. And we gotta find a way to form everything and connect to each other, to where we can meet up or get the money to be able to finances to be able to make moves for God. And that's what we got to talk about more, is about making moves. We got to have people around us who ready to make some moves, and we got to talk about making moves together. And obviously we got to have the support team to be able to make moves. I can't, like I said, you need the utensils to make moves. You can't turn on the phone without having a phone. You can't. You can't. How can you turn on a phone when you don't even have a phone? How can you rap when you don't have the utensils to make music, and you don't have the connection to put your music out there, or form everything. That's what we're supposed to do as followers of God too. So with this being said, I'm gonna be out with this video, this 30-minute video about, and I'm gonna be out. Peace out. Much love, everybody.